art is hard, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about how my improvement has been something I've not completely spoken about. So, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sijna, if you don't know who I am already. I make art content here, mostly drawing portraits, but I'm trying to get into other fields of portraiture, so stick around to see how that turns out for me. When I started this channel, I really was struggling to draw anything. My first video was terrible. I couldn't film properly. My art was terrible, for one. And I guess I just felt so demotivated and so lost about all of this. And then so I just decided I needed to work harder. And so I spent hours every single day painting over portrait, trying to learn structure, anatomy. I even studied other artists who were better than me because I knew I wanted to learn from them. And I did learn a lot. In 2 months, I improved. Something I didn't think would happen. After my improvement, I became really obsessed, to a very unhealthy and toxic manner. I became obsessed with improving even more. And I guess this led me to, in January, because I had improved in the months of November and December, in January, when I thought I would be motivated and excited to continue to draw, I wasn't. I was actually really tired and unmotivated, and I had no idea why. And the reason I figured out why was eventually when I started taking the course I'm currently taking. I realized it was because I was pushing myself so much that I just wanted progress, and it was so painful that I became burnt out on my own emotions. So, what can you learn from this? Well, you've been watching my channel for a while. If you have, then you know that over-obsessing over progress in your art is just going to make it really painful. Rather, just enjoy each step of the process and see what are you learning. Like, for example, in the piece I did here, I wish I could say I struggled, but I didn't, because I completely changed everything I wanted it to be. I put myself in a comfort zone where I knew I could draw something in a good manner. I drew someone that was completely different to the reference I was using. And it was insane, because I was comfortable drawing like that because I knew it was easy. That was easy for me, but the actual reference was difficult. And so I decided to toss that aside and use my own idea while still following the reference for some basic anatomy. That is wrong, because you're meant to be frustrated. Frustration is good. Frustration is very good in art because it means you're learning, and frustration in life is good because you're learning. Something a YouTuber named Heinz has said, I will link his channel down below in case you want to check it out, is that if you ever have bad days in your life, be happy, because that means you're going to have good days. And if you have good days, also be happy, because you can have bad days, and bad days is going to teach you something. And I guess you can turn this into the same thing for art. You can have a lot of good days in art, and you should be happy because it means you understand something. But you should also be happy because that means, you need to push yourself out of your comfort zone and get frustrated. And then when you are having bad art days, it's good because you're actually learning something, even though it's painful. Like when you do something you really hate. Say, for example, I really hate washing the dishes, for example. But when I am doing it. I really just get in the moment of enjoying the music I'm listening to and just breaking each task down. I break the task down into washing the plates first, then washing all the bowls, the cups, and then the utensils. Doing it like that makes it so much less painful for me. And you could do the same thing for art. You could break down what you want to do each day, and rather than forcing yourself to learn figure drawing, anatomy, drawing animals, color, everything all at once, just break it down into months, years, because that's how long art takes anyways. So a little suggestion I can give you is that I recently started journaling for my art. I generally do journal for my own personal life reasons. I don't use my journal as much, so I did come up with some things to think about whilst I journal for art. Like, after a day of drawing, I'd like to be able to turn to this and be able to think about all these things. One of my first questions is, did I ever feel like a pressure to get to a certain place at a certain time? I always feel pressurized to learn a certain thing in a certain duration, and that's really unhealthy and toxic. I think if you're focusing on learning eyes for a week or a day or however long, just don't rush it, just start slow. Okay, understand the structure, the bone around it, and understand the eyeball, understand how to draw eyelashes, eyelids, understand how shading works in that area, understand the depth, the light. All of this can truly add to everything. And as artists, we are very scared to fail, which is something I related to while I was drawing what you see right now. I was scared to fail. I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really scared to fail. And that's why I just decided to do the easiest thing rather than the hardest, which was learning to follow the reference rather than creating my own thing that just looked good. And this piece could be so much better if I decided to learn, but I didn't. I was meant to fill out the entire spread, but I got demotivated because I was scared of failing. I was scared that at least one face on the page would look terrible. And even if one looked terrible, it would probably be the first and the last would be the best, because now I've already trained my hand so much. And I guess I didn't really realize that. And, I always think that we compare ourselves a lot as artists, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't compare ourselves to another artist. We should compare our art to them. We should compare the way somebody draws hair. Currently, I'm trying to study a new artist, and the way she does hair, I really like it. And, whatever you like from an artist, it means you like it because they're doing it right, and maybe you're not doing it right. So, you should always think about those things when you look at another artist. And remember, bad art is okay. I think I was so upset that I was creating so much bad art during the time in October and early November and even the middle of November. I was creating terrible art, and every single second of it was a pain. It was an actual pain, because not only was I not enjoying drawing, but it was just so difficult to get the things the way I saw it in my head. But that's okay, because it taught me the things you see in these videos today. And I'm getting even better at these videos and what I create in these videos. So anyway, the whole message is that my art progress was so painful, and my improvement was so painful and toxic, and I don't want that to be the same for you. I want you to look at your art at a better perspective than I did, And so I hope you stick around to seeing my new overturned positive mindset towards my art and towards art in general. And if you enjoyed this video, I have other videos where I speak about things I've learned, I give you the tips I've learned. So yeah, stick around if you'd like, subscribe, and leave a like if you related to anything I've said in this video, and even comment down below. We can share our stories, and I'd love to hear yours.